Yopi on earth the sect was really big. Then when I was wandering, I met Sister Nung Yak Soul and everyone at Yopi sect. Ro Chung explained the whole story. The sister said that the 4 sea wanderers let me join and then meeting Master. These 2 words Master Yopi Yang felt a bit embarrassed, so he coughed for a few times, so just call him Master. Unexpectedly it was fate. Ro Chung continued to say, Master, this is God's will. Yopi Yang sat on the master's chair looking doesn't seem excited to talk in front of the person who is qualified to be a teacher and wants to announce the first thing. The disciples below listen intently. Everyone's face is as tense as a string. Choose 2 out of the 5 people 2 more days to follow. I'm going out to Hasa City to practice. A rare opportunity that's hard to find. Anu is young but often has random thoughts and thinks to herself that the person who goes on a romantic trip with her master must be me. Fate. Serious face. Think decisively. Cultivating with the master is a good opportunity to become stronger. Nam Guan was also lost in her own thoughts, wondering how to practice now. Demons roam everywhere. Hyun Ni only likes to stay at home. She's bored and scolds trouble. The bird housekeeper goes straight to the center. It sings, you take your disciples out to practice. The target of choosing someone is. Yopi Yang puts on a straight face. It's a very stupid task. The second senior sister is making professional costumes for them. The first 2 people to finish it will win. The dumbfounded butler. What are you trying to do? Professional costumes? Yopi Yang has no integrity. What's with her face unchanged, saying for example Socio is a mage, she should wear a sexy magic weapon. Mok Huni is an Onmyoji, prepare a cute Onmyoji outfit for her. The butler bird gives a fatal kick with his spurs. What kind of standard is this? Obviously your joke. The disciples below were sprayed with glue. I don't know if anyone has regretted leaving the sect. A while later at the ghost detention hall, Socio as usual performed the prison mission. My husband. The little fox with the flexible beak started to speak. Getting to know the tall sister. It's my first time here. Isn't it really strange? Socio didn't hide that she was tired and confided that second sister had something to do. I'll come temporarily to help. Oh, mainly that magic book gave me a headache before master went out and hid here for safety. The little fox is best at playing tricks. He said vaguely that I was too dizzy. Sister, can you help me? Socio, of course she's not a child. She refused straight to her face without being told by her sister that she's very dangerous. The little fox acted as if she was about to arrive. She begged me in pain. She was so uncomfortable she couldn't breathe. Sister, help me, just take 1 sheet off and it'll be fine. Socio doesn't even bother to put it in her head, so she calmly sweeps it away, making the little fox want to bristle with fur and scold you for not having compassion. Why am I about to die? Just remove 1 sheet for me. It's okay to breathe for a minute. Socio glanced over with half an eye. She approached the iron bars and raised her hand to touch a talisman, and 1 sheet was okay. I'll just take it off for a minute to let her breathe. Socio said as she reached out her hand. I was going to take the talisman off for just a minute. The little fox was both happy and nervous looking at the talisman. Socio was very polite and teased her, pretending to be a fool. What can I say? I can't take it off. But the hand is empty. I know. When did you remove the talisman? Little fox. Do you think I'm so stupid? Do you think I don't know that this is a demon? Why do you want to trick me into helping you escape without a door? Is there really no door? Little fox, hi? What is she holding in her hand so sinisterly? Socio looked at the disobedient guy with a face as green as a banana leaf. The little fox was partially neutralized and immediately began to transform. The iron bars that imprisoned it suddenly lit up. The girl was so scared that she didn't know what to do. Should she just let the tiger go back to the forest? The little fox shows up. The picture is of a seductive fox with 9 tails. It smiled as if it had a good season. Sinisterly said, I have waited too long for today. Its eyes were filled with murderous intent, using a negative tone indicating hell. Said, starting now. It's back and it's more powerful than before. The intention of killing human beings hundreds of miles from here is bleeding into blood. The words haven't finished yet. One person, as fast as escape, sticks a talisman on the iron bars. The 9-tailed fox transformed back into a useless little fox in a second. He hadn't finished muzzle yet. His face was blank as he didn't understand life. The person who just took action was none other than the sect master of the Yopi sect, Yopi Yang. Big brother. Yopi Yang looked at the fox in front of him, completely ignoring what it was, and said, "Please continue your performance." The little fox didn't have the heart to know that, so he ran away from just now. How could he charm this evil demon after taking it down? The entire formation will be wasted. But it's absolutely impossible to stick it on. It also has the effect. Eggs, but demanding to be smarter than ducks. Yopi Yang very patiently explained to him how simple it is to cast the evil spell in just a moment to take down the spirit formation. To link the talismans will indeed disappear 10 times more spiritual energy in a moment put into the talisman with new spiritual energy. Link the entire talisman 9 times, rebuild the spiritual array, then it's done. Little Fox hates life, seeing that he was being bullied. He was so upset that he cried excessively. He had never heard of you as a great talisman. You are a scoundrel and a bad person. Yopi Yang was used to hearing curses. He didn't mind. He raised his voice and changed the subject. He tried to escape and get caught. Then she had to be punished. Socio, this time her eyes were opened. She was surprised and thought to herself that the master was too strong, and in addition to forcing me to study, he was really perfect. Yopi Yang did not rush to question Socio's crime but directly punished her severely. Socio's voice. You go down first. I have something to say to the little fox. And tomorrow I'll check your homework. The previous 10 chapters of the magic handbook must be memorized for me. Miss 2 hates the most this matter of words. You faintly obeyed. Yopi Yang and the little fox were face to face. You expected a spark this time of punishment. I want you to not finish speaking. The little demon started flirting and people used their bodies to repay them. Please leave. Yopi Yang doesn't have that type of love in bed. Stop talking nonsense. I'm warning you, this is the last time, and next time I can only lock you to the bottom floor. Little monster. You're being too cruel, people know it's their fault. Yopi Yang picked up the snacks you freely offered because to atone for your sin of being in love with a maid. Please reveal some of the secrets of this world to me. Even though the plan failed, the little demon still agrees to help you. What do you want to know? Yopi Yang started asking the first question: why people in this world say walls are the most dangerous places. The little fox is miserable. Even if he doesn't want to, he still has to answer honestly because the wall is the last line of defense in the human world. This world originally belongs to humans. The little fox has lived in the world for thousands of years and tells stories. Once upon a time, 30,000 years ago, demons suddenly appeared in this world on a large scale. This world gradually fell into decay. The time of creation of heroes. Humanity saw that it was about to perish under the call of some great powers, humanity's pseudo-extinction. All human soldiers joined forces to attack the greatest and most powerful monsters, forced to return to the central land, the earliest appearance in the world. The term wall appears from here. Child country people joined forces to build a huge wall and at the same time link them together. This great power to form a huge demon storm that forever bound the greatest and strongest demons inside. But things did not go well. After the wall was built, the human world also paid a very high price. And almost all of those peerless powerhouses died. A brutal, desolate scene covered in death. The army of the wind ghosts died up to 90%. Yopi Yang, when he heard this, he immediately understood what he said, that the remaining mission of the army of the wind ghosts was to patrol the eastern capital to protect the wall forever. One day, the wall still has great demons in it that will never be able to enter the human world. But that wall is not perfect. That's not wrong. But even though the wall is built, it can only bind the great demons. The ghosts inside the demons scattered outside the walls are frantically multiplying. The demons are growing in large numbers, gradually devouring the human world, whose vital energy has been damaged so far. Yopi Yang continues to extract information without missing a beat. There is a question. Maybe the demons outside the city also want to destroy the wall and release the ancient demons inside. Right? Why not do it? Little Fox, without thinking, immediately presented the first army to defeat demons. The second is a very powerful guard. The second wall brings a great killing array to punish oneself. It has the effect of restraining demons. The demons do not dare to offend at will. Third, speaking of this, the little fox's eyes became unusually tense. A black hole of death as deep as a well appeared. Little Fox High hesitated and then continued. The wall and the wind demon army are actually one whole. Together they can exert extremely terrifying power. Turns out there is such a mystery. Yopi Yang is becoming more and more interested in strange things like that. I really want to visit this wall. But unfortunately this time I have to go to Yomseong. It's too far from the central world. You decide how much news you can get to see if there's any other valuable news. Little Fox isn't that easy. She pompously said she wanted more news, then conquering people can open up more knowledge than him. Yopi Yang strongly criticized you for standing up and leaving when I'm not at the sect. You must be good. Before coming back, carefully threatened to remember that today there will be no next time. Little Fox snorted bitterly, really hating men, but Yopi Yang, actually this is the last time we met. Late at night in the silence of infinity. A black shadow with loose hair gliding across the ground. Thought it was the father or wife. Whatever it was, it turned out to be a big girl Socio. She fell into a sleepwalking state. He closed his eyes but his legs were still walking. Socio unconsciously walked to the ghost prison as if following the call from his heart. The other demons were sleeping soundly like the dead. Socio arrived in front of the little fox's cell. The little fox snapping her fingers as if to signal Socio. Socio's brain had expired. She absent-mindedly reached out to remove the pacifying talisman. Little Fox waited all night and finally it was time for it to be unsealed. Immediately showed off her strength. At this moment she showed her true form as a nine-tailed fox demon girl. She laughed as if in season. Her laugh became savage. Luckily I took the opportunity at the moment the spell was removed to use eyelashes on her body. I can finally leave here. The end of the use of the fox turned to you so you can go back to sleep. Socio absent-mindedly took the talisman back to her room with her eyelids still closed. The fox is very clever. Don't forget making a body double first. An inanimate doll appeared. It couldn't be more fake. Nine-tailed fox happily looked at the product in front of him. Unintentionally taking advantage of it. Tomorrow Yopi Yang went down the mountain to practice and probably wouldn't go to prison to check further. She set out to leave this cramped prison as she walked excitedly, saying that when he returns I have escaped from the prison and ran thousands of miles away. After walking for a while she curiously stopped in front of a house that had the talisman. Looked at the half-human, half-animal figure in front of her and couldn't help but ask who she was. The other woman didn't answer. She asked instead, "You have to go. Why is the tailed fox saying yes? If my wish hasn't come true, I must go." That female ghost is about the same age as the fox. She predicts like a divine grace when your opponent will be too strong. The fox is determined not to listen to her. She has held a grudge for too long. I will definitely repay this grudge even if it costs me my whole life. It doesn't matter. You are also a stubborn person. Do you want me to help you out? Don't you? This prison seems to still serve the prisoners' interests? Do you leisurely play the guitar? I have an appointment with the old sect master. There's still a year until then I will leave. The fox also has no intention I'm going to take care of the money. So I'll go now. Thank you for your care and advice. The old lady seemed very interested in the cub, playing and asking questions about that battle that almost destroyed one's soul. Remembering that now you are very afraid of thunder and lightning. Are you really ready to face the enemy? Mentioning thunder, the fox's face was as green as a banana leaf. She stammered and said I was fully prepared to face it. Hearing these words she shot a strange thing to pick it up. The fox was easily caught. In his hand is a glowing medicinal pill. This is the Huyuan pearl that the old sect master gave him. Going in and out of Mu Jongguk will not be affected by the Great Defense Formation. I didn't expect to meet good people here. Emotions turned into colds when Grandma spread the bad news. If you're determined, let me play you a farewell song that sect master Yopi taught me. The pure bliss of the nine tails turned to stone. This no, it's not necessary. The lady is very enthusiastic. Her beautiful hands are raised ready to play the song of a lifetime. She plays like crazy. The sound comes out like a punch in one's ears. The singing drowns out the screams of the demons screaming in vain. The trash man stopped again. And I'll kill myself for you to see. Kill the demon. Then I'll kill people. People will lose money. You'll lose your life. I've never had a fox, but I miss the sect master like that. Yopi Yang. Come here quickly. Listen for one more second. Maybe I have an otitis media and run away quickly. You're so careful. The piano that the audience runs away. You're still very happy. This stupid kid probably can't stand it and runs away really fast. But today I'm very excited. So I will playing a few songs sounds like lightning in the clear sky. I've never regretted having ears as much as I do right now. Midnight electric prison. Drowning in the melodious sound of my grandmother's piano. The fox flying to the roof of the sect's door torn. She turned her head to look one last time and suddenly remembered the sect master. See you again, Mu Jong-guk. If not, we won't see you again. Yopi Yong, thank you. She remembered the man who slept with her every rainy night. Thank you for the stormy nights. That. Every rainy night the fox lies crying on the ground so uncomfortable. Yopi Yong doubts I heard the old sect master say that you are afraid of thunder at night, but your reaction seems a bit exaggerated. Yopi Yong plays the role of a doctor. Psychology is very professional. This is called PTSD. The psychological obstacle of old wounds. Every time the sky thunders down, the nine-tailed fox is afraid of splashing chem and copying it onto the tree buds. Looking at it makes me feel sad. Anyway, the appearance of the old tail is so cute. Please hold my hand. I'm here. I promise that no one, no monster or demon can hurt the new tail. Don't want. But God punished him with a thunderstorm that shook the heavens and the earth. He couldn't help but grab Yopiang's hand. He smiled gently like that. No need to be afraid anymore. He held Yopiang's hand tightly. Even though it was a bit shy light. The nine-tailed fox remembers those days with great nostalgia and is extremely grateful to the person who accompanied me through the most comfortable years. Also made me feel most secure during the rainy season. Looking at Yopiang's half-naked appearance while sleeping, the fox-tailed fox couldn't bear to think that he would never see her again in his lifetime. He can't help but approach Yopiang's bed. So take advantage of the time when you sleep like a dead pig. I will say goodbye to you. She stared intently at Yopiang's sleeping sound. While sleeping, she kept talking about little foxes. Don't be afraid, I will protect you. That makes the old tail hurt even more. Yopi-yang, I have to go. Thank you, simple idiot, you had the intention of protecting me. Finally tears fell and gently kissed Yopiang's cheek. Thank you very much. There's not much time left. The night is long and the dream is too long. The nine-tailed fox took the opportunity to escape and fulfill his big dream. She turned back to say goodbye at the end with a sad face as if her husband had left her. One day after going out to practice in Hasa, the city was crowded and bustling. The two ladies always attract everyone's attention wherever they go. Probably because they dress too casually. In the front is a man with a succulent six-pack. Behind are two beautiful women. Like that it's a waste not to look. Nam Guan asked suspiciously. Master, it seems like there are a lot of people looking at us. Yopi Yang was not aware of the clothes the women were wearing, so he just randomly complimented them, saying that they look beautiful. Ro Chung tends to like to be submissive. She said, children, I really like this outfit called maid, which represents the desire to serve my master. Yopi Yang said these two words master so many times. It sounds so awkward. Call master. Yes, master. Nam Guan is deeply concerned because the master's empty wallet. The money the master has earned from playing iron has all been handed over to the sect and the road has to be paid. Can we go to Yom Seong? Yopi Yang is poor and still out in the wind. You calmly say, I forgot this. Poor come, so Nam Guan intends to become a singer. If you save some money you can sell turmeric on the street. Yopiang's last bit of integrity does not allow his disciples to sell flowers. Rest assured that when they go to the service station, someone will bring the money. Namguan's strong question has this kind of good thing. There is also someone who pumps money so generously, and that mysterious person giving money is in front. In front of the crowded station door during the epidemic season. From afar a brother 2-block cut waved to sect master Yopi. Didn't expect to come so early. Nam Guan was startled. Ro Chung still had a cold face. Two brothers came to greet each other in brotherly hip-hop style. 2-block cut brought a large bag of silver. Big brother Yopi, this is my gift of money. Yopi Yang pretended to blame, but his hand was quick to hold it so he could see me off and give me money. 2-block cut very generously. His face turned red and said, you took your disciples far away to practice where money is needed a lot. Nam Guan, having not yet experienced life, he asked his master in a low voice why his face was full of surprise. Didn't he say that someone would give him money? Ro Chung is used to the fake adult world. Dinga, you don't need to understand. The 2-block cut who donated money immediately. When you leave outside, everything must be careful and wait until you return. Yom Nong will sign the year. Then we can talk about books and drink alcohol. Yopi Yang, if you have money, you'll be happy. He smiled and replied, brother. Take care. Ro Chung, I recognized that person for a long time and heard that he was the son of the deputy city lord. But lately he's been working hard to make money. Nam Guan looked at him and felt sorry for him. Innocently saying Socio said his master had cheated him of all his money. The feeling is very simple and easy to be deceived. Sect master in an instant turned into a bluff and quickly beat the drum because the master did not deceive him. We have already arrived. Let's go. Nam Guan couldn't help but curiously ask the master. So why does he risk his life to support someone? Yopi Yang is best at pretending to be mysterious and laughing. Talking about stories between men I won't tell you. Then let me tell everyone 3 months ago. In when Yopi Yang was bored with life and sitting on the steps. He took a deep breath. It was better than Highway 1. He wanted to return to Earth so much. While he was sad like a dragonfly, 2-block cut approached the brothers and saw him sitting these past few days here. Whining, do you need any help? Yopi Yang looked up with blank eyes. Suddenly mischievously saying he couldn't help now. Telling him he had traveled back to Earth. No matter where he looked. There were no relatives. He would sigh just like that. 2-block cut has left the bodhisattva's heart is friendly and suggests that wherever you look. There are no relatives. Looks like you wandered here alone, or should I come and be your first friend in Hasa City? Kindness is misplaced. Yopi Yang Ring, I wanted to chase him out there to play. Until 3 days later on a street corner I told him not to follow us anymore. 2-block cut is being lectured, are you stupid, and being dragged by some brazen guy's scold. You don't have the right to play with us anymore. Your fallen deputy city lord father can be released at any time. They just want to kick 2-block cut's ass. Now you're sarcastic, don't bother implicate us. 2-block cut is still not enlightened and sincere to say it again, but you said that friends will not abandon each other. Everyone also drank wine and worshipped. This sincerity angered the thug even more. He threw a crushing punch. Hello. 2-block cut can't fight, but it's painful lying on the ground. We never considered you a friend, we just took advantage of you forever. They don't know what shame is over the bridge to say how old you are and still trust your friends. This thing. All the guns in the 2-block cut council. This idiot doesn't know how to avoid continuing to beat him. Yopi Yang can't watch anymore, decided to take action for justice. What are you guys playing, or should I join in too? The leader turned around to see who was so talkative. 2-block cut saw Yopi Yang and immediately shot himself. The leader didn't see the coffin yet shed a tear. Get out. Can't you see the old man is disposing of trash? Yopi Yang looked down. I can't see clearly what I'm thinking. So it's a fight, but you guys are so unprofessional. Being meddled in a good matter. The leader heard this and started to get bitter. Yopi Yang's whole body exuded murderous aura. He said coldly, come teach you how to fight. This is your brother's playground. You look first with those sharp eyes like knives. The leader doesn't want to listen to Yopi Yang preach martial arts. He's going to kill you. Yopi Yang doesn't even waste a drop of sweat, easily dodge. The leader didn't even have time to look at Yopi Yang as he continued to quickly move his right hand. He grabbed his collar and lifted it up like a duck's neck. Didn't run away, just let him do it. Yopi Yang no intending to hold back. You both teach theory and apply practice before gently pushing forward. One move can hit a bully with white eyes and dark lips with ketchup. 2 allies standing frozen. The solid wall he interacted with immediately crumbled into pieces. 2-block cut didn't expect this sad guy again like that. Yopi Yang turned around and heard the voice, I told you last time. 2 junior gangsters couldn't run anymore and decided to risk eating too much. Both of them grabbed their fists and rushed forward. Yopi Yang was busy talking about work friend. 2-block cut was so scared. Be careful. Yopi Yang jumped, cut, and didn't even bother to move. Just calmly say I agree and then you will be. 2-block cut so scared that he couldn't keep his mouth shut. Yopi Yang caught those 2 brats at lightning speed, so they didn't have time to resist. You 2 guys pushed his head straight to the ground. The other guy wasn't much better. Both of them had one side walking on their backs. The ground shook violently and then crumbled. creating into 2 deep holes in the ground. This trip had to splint 8 ribs. An explosion caused by fireflies. I really don't know how high the sky is and how thick the earth is. Yopi Yang finished the job and said softly that it was resolved and they had to lie down for a few months, and then threatened Cho to block cut trembling. You face as calm as a fly, mentioning elegant pleasures. Right brother, do you have any good novels to recommend? The best is to bring a bit of stimulation, it's all LSP, you understand that friend. Heard from you. Hey to block cut cried so much that his eyes and nose were blurry. Peng ho, I have a real friend. Yopi Duong and 2 girls riding a carriage across many oceans. Traveling with you across thousands of roads. Until it started to get dark. Dad, teacher and students started the fire. A group of people sat around the fire and the fire was diligently recharging. The sky started to light up, so they continued on their way to Tai Thien to pray for sutras. Finally arriving at the place where Nam Guan jumped out of the car. Looking at the strange place in front of her eyes, she quickly asked that this place doesn't seem to be Yom Seong. Right? It turned out that it was because Yopi Yang made a deal with the rickshaw puller, because it was just that when the fare was reduced by 40%. The animal rickshaw took them away. I threw it here too much. So the 3 of us had to walk a long way. It's okay. It's probably not far. Nam Guan looked at the sky and was deeply concerned. It was about to get dark. Yopi Yang Tai very quickly he spotted the front, there's smoke. Looking at the poor little village in front of Nam Guan's eyes. The insecure, deserted area where monsters have destroyed these villages. How can they protect themselves? Ro Chung spoke up simply. There's nothing big sister Ro Chung hasn't seen before. They rely on crystals. The tower provides defense and protection formations. It's time for Yopi Yang to bring into play his master's special skills. Eat at the temple and eat. Let's go to the small village ahead for a night to watch the events. Take you guys to eat and drink. Gates go. Small village to look at. Very peaceful. The huts close together are the secret hiding place of the pub owner Wang Ga Chan. Yopi Yang. As soon as he walked to the gate, a group of people came out to welcome the master. Yopi Yang couldn't understand it clearly. Obviously just came to pick a bet. The boss in the lead said with a very excited face that you guys have finally arrived. Recently, monsters around the village suddenly increased. But luckily you guys were in time. Yopi Yang finally didn't. Absorbed in bewilderment and asked what the master replied. Of course it was the world-famous demon extermination sword sect Master Bei who sent you all on a hard journey. Have some wine and food first. Then we will talk about demon extermination. Yopi Yang also has no intention of taking on that title. You said you don't know the demon extermination master. It's not a problem. If you're full, then I'll work for you guys. Knowing that the group in front is not the boss's master. Turning the car is not the master's person. The person's name added that this person looks very weak. A mountain dog can beat 3 of him. Right? Being compared to the hot-blooded mountain dog Nam Guan. My master is super strong. You can dueling with many monsters. Don't explode like that. The bearded guy disdainfully said to stop protecting this white-faced guy. When he saw the monster, I'm afraid he wouldn't even know how to run. Yopi Yang only now realized the truth. It's really difficult to deal with cheating. The fat boss saw these guys as useless and kicked them out. If they have no value, then get out of this village. A group of people holding hammers, sickles and shovels rushed up and scooped the quail out to the moon. Right at the moment of chaos a deep voice rang out. What do you want to do? Wang Ga Chan and we have never had a problem before dark sending guests out to the wilderness. The 3 of them had to stay. The fat boss heard this decision and became angry with the old villager. We are all poor people. So how can we take care of these scoundrels from outside? Even though the village chief is poor and has patched clothes, he is very domineering, even though he is the boss in the village now. I am the oldest person in the tribe, and the way to receive guests is to be honest. After saying this, he coldly ordered everyone to go. I'll deal with the grumpy fat boss. Don't forget what price he'll sell in the village now. Thanks to me for protection. Make me angry. The village chief doesn't even care about him. Kindly told the 3 guests to follow me. Yopi Yang observed for a while and realized something was wrong. This old village boss looked like he hadn't changed for a long time. He didn't look like he had so many people living now. Disciples plus master. Don't say anything. The old man also honestly confided that his little brother had discovered that this village had only a few week-old women left and had recently discovered precious minerals in the surrounding area. Some people saw delicious goods and immediately became greedy. So many people returned to the village, and there were also a large number of people from outside coming. Yopi Yang now understood that he followed the old man inside. So that's what happened. The old man took the 3 teachers and students entering a shabby hut just in time for dinner. In the warm kitchen were 2 children of the king of chefs greeting their brother and sister. The 3 teachers and students saw the food and immediately rushed in to scoop up the old man with a gentle smile. This is I hope the 3 of you don't criticize. Criticize anything, but this dinner came just at the right time when Yopi Yang ate so much that he didn't leave a corn cob. Ro Chung continued to do some strange things. Nam Guan and the little girl playing soap bubble. Looks like this village is peaceful. Yopi Yang thoughtfully swings the tree. I don't know if someone is planning on doing something with Wang Ga-chan tonight. I've already investigated. There are no powerhouses above the spiritual level. It's very good to disguise yourself as a normal transit demon and kill them all. There is no power there that can stop us from taking back our clan's secret. Midnight. Suddenly the highest pillar of the village suddenly explodes. The pillar that stores the village's crystals view spirit, the precious stone, shattered into pieces in an instant. Several villagers saw this. Their faces had no more blood left. The fat boss was so scared that his face turned purple and the defensive charm was crushed and his temple was destroyed. A group of people saw if it's dangerous. Then leave the country and stay in this village. The only way to die is to run away. The old and sick people are left to fend for themselves. They can't measure their ability to absorb waste from outside until they die, and then they deserve to die. A bunch of people. When eating porridge, the uncle invited each other to give up their belongings and run away to get someone else. Hurry up and don't take any more. The village chief knew he couldn't leave the village and run away. Leaving us alone. Everyone come from the street and hide for a bit. I hope the old ancestors can bless us. The little chef is worried about Yopi Yang and the others. The village chief. I'm going to find those 3 older brothers and sisters who also escaped. An old man saw that. Then he sullenly said that they probably ran away together. Right? The village chief didn't blame him. It's good that they're very young. There's no need to stay here and wait for death. Everyone goes to the death hall. The death hall is just as torn as the old people and children one after another. Came. Saw the door from the village's funeral street. The village chief was strangely sneaky. Why was the door open? He immediately went to see who was bold. It turned out to be the Yopi Yang group. It was you guys. Confused old man Ho Queen Hong. What are you doing here? What's awkward about Nam Guan? Our village chief. Yopi Yang is a Hai Phong resident, so he didn't beat around the bush. He bluntly said that he intended to repair the spirit amulet but discovered that it was completely broken. Is there any blue crystal in the village? I'll make one. The young chef heard this and was as happy as celebrating a big brother's party. How can this type of blue crystal be found in potato stew? Yopi Yang walked over and patted the boy's head. I know. You guys here first go. After saying that, wave your hand to find the real spirit stone. I'll go and return. At the same time, a group of people escaped from the village. Halfway there, they discovered a strange magical aura. It was a group of demons that had been waiting for a long time. They were screaming like crazy. There was something ahead. The demons were so hungry that they were drooling. They had